Dr. Chandra, the chairman of Essel Group, is an unlikely mogul, the man who changed the landscape of Indian entertainment the world over, with the first satellite television channel, Zee TV. Unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Dr. Chandra recently released his autobiography titled The Z Factor, My Journey as the Wrong Man at the Right Time. Organized by Ekal Vidalier, we are here at Sundaram Tagore Gallery in New York City for the book signing with Dr. Subhash Chandra. When I see someone not performing, I am frank enough to tell the person that it's not working out. I request him or her to leave or change jobs within the group. But I see many of our senior colleagues, including my brothers, sons, and nephews, empathetic towards non-performers. They don't want to face the issue. They tend to become too comfortable with such people, and they get protection. They tend to choose people who become personally loyal to them rather than to the company. I think it's important to be processional about such matters. Protecting a non-performer is not good for the business, and also the person being protected. Very strong words, but totally relevant. This is an excerpt from Dr. Subhash Chandra's book. Make sure to get a copy and get inspired.
For Ekal USA, it is a double honor because we have our global chairman, Dr. Subhash Chandra with us. When Prime Minister Modi was there to release this book, of all the things that Dr. Chandra has done, what he admired, of course there's so much about Dr. Chandra to admire, and I think the book will certainly bring that out. But one of the things that he mentioned was his love for the children who are in the remote rural villages of India.
His company always selected name Z, A, B, C, D, last is Z, but always Z come first. Always Z come first, so he is like a first one, you know what I mean? And another thing, he is like, I don't think he's a born with silver spoon, because his journey started when he was 20 years in Delhi, and right after that $17, and he built up of today $6.3 billion portfolio, network. That's the he. गुल को गुलशन मुबारक, शायर को शायरी मुबारक, आशिक को उनकी महबूबा मुबारक, चांद को चांदनी मुबारक। हमारी तरफ से आपका आज का दिन मुबारक।
You have to decide what you want. Once you decide, and if you have faith and confidence in yourself, you will sail through. That's the whole book. That's why we chose the caption here is the wrong person at the right time. Just always finding a solution to a problem is what gave the birth to Zee TV. And that was to people. When I set up Essel World, an amusement park in Bombay, only 1/3 of the expected people came. So the problem was that people want entertainment, but they want it closer to their homes. And what can we do to bring entertainment closer to their homes was the question or the problem. And that's how the satellite television was born. The failure is a very relative term. My way of failure, when I say failure, is just to make my audience understand that 3 businesses did not succeed. Whereas my way of not a success is, even today I practice in my businesses, that any business in which I cannot be number 1 or strong number 2, I will exit that business. So these 3 did not work as well as I wanted to be. So in my mind, that's why I closed them. Hard work will add 98. Attitude will add 100. Second is, it's our attitude which makes us feel failure or fail. But in my mind, failure is only when you accept it. Otherwise, there's no failure. in many things, whatever, I have done 9 things for the first time in India as a pioneering thing. 6 succeeded, 3 failed. But I think that's a pretty good success rate, almost 70% success rate. But like when I started the media houses, were not ready to accept me. It took a couple of years, like today. Narendra Modi is Prime Minister of the country for the last 19 months, but still Delhi is not ready to accept him as Prime Minister. So every day they put something or the other stories. Somebody says that he's going to Pakistan because he has a girlfriend in Pakistan. I mean, those kind of stories you see every day. So they are not ready to accept him as Prime Minister yet. Because they wanted to see him behind bars and he has come and sat down at the throne. Like that, they didn't accept me. That's why I said I'm the wrong person, but at the right time. I'm grateful that all of you have assembled and giving me so much love and affection. I'm really ever grateful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Chandra made his mark as an influential philanthropist in the country by setting up Talim, Transnational Alternate Learning for Emancipation and Empowerment through Multimedia, aimed at providing access to quality education through distance and open learning. Dr. Chandra is also the chairman of the Ekal Vidyalaya Foundation of India, a movement to eradicate illiteracy from rural and tribal India. The foundation provides free education to nearly 800,000 tribal children across 27,000 villages through One Teacher schools. If you are just joining us, we are here at Sundaram Tagore Gallery in New York City for the book signing of The Z Factor with Dr. Subhash Chandra, organized by Ekal Vidyalaya. Hi, I'm Valerie. I'm here with Dr. Chandra. Now, Dr. Chandra, what inspired you to come out with your autobiography?
I felt, because a lot of people always would ask me, wherever I will go, the youngsters particularly, what and how, why you got so successful. And sometimes they ask me what make you fail in such and such thing and things like that. So I thought it is better to everybody knows transparently.
Now, you mentioned a lot of young people come to you and ask for advice. What is the biggest piece of advice you can give new and young entrepreneurs?
Well, never give up and never take failure.
Okay, well, they'll have to read your book for that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about failures and regrets. They go hand in hand. Is there something you've done in life that you regret, or is there something you didn't do that you regret not doing?
No, I don't regret, but I definitely say that if I were to have another life, I will not do those mistakes. I always believe to live in the present rather than going to past or future.
Absolutely. Living in the present is a very great mantra. Would you say that is a very important business mantra for everybody to follow?
Very, very important.
So I understand you read The Z Factor. Tell me, what did you find most inspiring about the book?
So actually, I like reading books by Indian authors and industrialists and all. So I got this book 3 months back from India.
You got this 3 months ago. Where did you get it?
I get it from India. So yes, I was there, so I bought it there, and I've read it 3 times already.
3 3 times. So what is your absolute favorite part to reread?
I think it's about the way Mr. Chandra has described that he's been changing paths in life and he's been striving for things. He's had a lot of failures, but he's had bigger successes and he just keeps moving on. You know, you hear lives that people are just doing the same thing for 20, 30 years. He's had business of rice and packaging.
Always something different.
He has been an icon in India, and he has taken himself through such an astonishing journey of success that we cannot but just be in awe of it. And one wonders, how did he do it? So for him to have written a book about it is no surprise. In the book, I would really be intrigued to read about exactly where his struggles were. Because, you know, an easy path is easy to follow. It's the struggles that one has to learn how to deal with in life. And if you're able to get through the hump of struggles, then who knows? Common people like us whom he addresses in live sessions and helps the younger generation to dream for themselves, maybe even not just thinking that you're young or old or whatever, we can get inspired and do something useful. And one thing that strikes me about him is he is very humble, he's very down to earth, he connects to the layman. And to me, you being up there in life and achieving great success, many people do, but there are very few who really share their success.
Right now, the way I see it here is the role of ACL Foundation here is to raise money and then send it over. But I think the community in America has so much talent that they should be able to do more. And we are not very familiar with how ACL functions in India. That is something I want to make myself aware of. I sponsored a school today. Once I get to know a little bit more, then we might be able to have more constructive suggestions other than just contributing money. I'm a physician who also entered into some business things, and I know what hard work means. So that is a part that I could relate to Dr. Chandra. Obviously, to build a 6.4 billion empire for anybody is inspirational.
That takes work.
That takes a lot of work and a lot of energy and a lot of commitment, also a lot of self-confidence. And that is the part that inspires me.
We are here at Sundaram Tagore Gallery in New York City for the book signing of The Z Factor with Dr. Subhash Chandra. Now, you didn't read the book. Is there something that you're looking forward to reading, or is there a part that you've heard about that will really inspire you?
I think a lot of the biographies that you read are self-congratulatory, and I think this one, from what I know and from whom it's written by, is very outright and straight up. So you like to read something which is honest and has that integrity. And the second part is that there are very few people in the Indian industrial world or in Indian industry who've seen this dramatic ascension to wealth and success.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's obviously for somebody who's an entrepreneur and trying to make it work, this is obviously going to be helpful.
Definitely motivational, not just to Indians, but I think people all over the world.
All over the world. And you know, when I say dramatic ascension, it's basically you see a lot of other people in that arena and a lot of them had some platform that they built upon. He started out afresh, and he's done that in one lifetime, which I think is phenomenal.
One lifetime, absolutely. It's very inspirational. What are you most looking forward to getting from Dr. Chandra's book?
Well, inspiration, first of all. I think he's a role model. Because if somebody from those humble beginnings could go up to this level,
Anyone can.
that he says it by his life example to say, persevere, believe, focus, concentrate, don't waste your time. As he said it, if he cannot succeed in first or second place in any business, he would leave the business.
Dr. Chandra's whole life is an inspiration for us all. The way he has started from scratch and built an empire. He's a true pioneer in every field, I would say. Not only in television industry, now he's taken over Ekal Vidyalaya and he's taking to the next level. I personally have sponsored Ekal Vidyalaya for the last few years.
Is there an excerpt or something that you hope to obtain from reading his message and autobiography?
Yeah, I can't wait to read the book. That's the first thing I'm going to do before I hit the pillar tonight. I'm looking to find out more in depth about his lifestyle and how he achieved everything and how he manages his time. I think time management for a businessman like me is a very important thing to learn.
Absolutely, it was very inspiring. Like for me as an entrepreneur, to see somebody who's kind of like been there, done that, multiple times, kind of a veteran of the industry, if you will. It's just very inspiring to get some really good takeaways.
Now, you haven't read the book, but you have it in hand. What are you looking forward to getting out of Dr. Chandra's autobiography?
For me, it's about stories. It's about getting a first-person narrative of experiences in building multiple businesses. It's one thing to look at a balance sheet and look at the results. It's one thing to look at a stock price, but for me as an entrepreneur, it's about the process and how I'm sure like a lot of tough decisions that had to be made along the way, and how what was the thought process, and how did he cope with those different scenarios? Because as an entrepreneur, you face all sorts of scenarios, like from HR to sales to business to finance, and it's overwhelming. And to hear from somebody that's been there again.
Been there and done that and is successful is really motivational. The book is now available. Here are some customer reviews on Amazon. This is a great book, probably one of the best I've read. Dr. Subhash Chandra gives a detailed account of what it took for him to reach where he is today. If you are in business or intend to be in business, don't miss this book, as it will inspire you at the same time remind you about the importance of hard work. I had decided to read this book over a week, but when I started reading it, I just couldn't put it down and ended up finishing it in a day. I usually never come back to give a review, but for the first time, I've come back to give a review. This book is worth an MBA degree. It tells you that with hard work, smart work, dedication, and determination, everything can be achieved. Nothing is impossible. I highly recommend it to everyone. Here is another review. I have been waiting for this book for a long time. Finally, it's in my hand. This amazing book by Dr. Subhash Chandra was the motivational one for budding entrepreneurs like myself. Every page had that impact. This autobiography is his ingredients of success, with all moments of his life perfectly described. The life events, persons he met, struggles, and his transformation to what he is are the reasons for which the book cannot be missed out. Recommending this now to all my buddies searching for their way to attain success mantra. And now for the final review. The Z Factor is the book that imparts the courageous and bold attitude of Dr. Subhash Chandra to dream of becoming a billionaire one day. After reading this book and all the struggles he took to build a huge empire, it has inspired me to write this review. I love the way the author narrated his consistent hardship to fulfill his dreams on the path of success. I really don't have much words to say. Just get a copy of this book and get inspired. Thank you for watching. It was a great experience for me to watch the man himself, Dr. Subhash Chandra, in action. It's a wonderful read for everyone, especially for entrepreneurs in the making. Make sure to get your copy. I've got mine.